everybody, it's Dr. Vinay from Northwestern Hair. In today's video, I want to walk you through whether you should be considering hair maintenance options versus hair replacement options for your hair restoration process. Now, I'm going to speak in generalities towards the main group of patients that we see. There are some exceptions to this rule. However, most people, in fact, anyone who's considering hair loss should always be considering hair maintenance. This is the process of taking your healthy hairs that are susceptible to hair loss and helping them stick around for longer. There are no techniques or medications out there that stop hair loss. However, they will slow down the hair loss curve. Even if you're getting hair replacement, you're going to want to do maintenance because these healthy hairs are currently contributing to your ultimate result, and you're going to want them to stick around as long as possible. Hair replacement is a totally different method of hair restoration. In this case, we're taking hairs from the back and sides of the head and bringing them to the top where you have hair loss. We are literally replacing hairs that are unhealthy and unable to be re-stimulated and replacing with hairs that are healthy and not sensitive to testosterone. Now, the cutoff point on this is really technical in one sense, and it's also just kind of a personal preference in another. From a technical sense, it really comes down to how does hair loss work. Remember that testosterone is the cause of hair loss in most men. Testosterone, or one of its derivatives, binds to the hair follicle and it causes a progressive decrease in size over time. Once this hair reaches a critical threshold, about half its original width, it really becomes unresponsive to the maintenance therapies. However, if it is half its thickness and better, the maintenance therapies tend to do really well. So when you're in our office, we're going to use a camera and we're going to count the number of hairs that are greater than 50% of thickness and which ones are less. And we're going to tell you, based upon this distribution, we recommend hair maintenance alone or hair replacement and hair maintenance together. Clinically speaking, or more from a practical stance, if you can see scalp on your head through your hairs, that typically means that enough hairs are thinned out to the point that only replacement is going to give you enough coverage that you may or may not be satisfied with. So if you can see your scalp, you're really in the replacement category. If you can't see your scalp, then maintenance may be a good option, but most of the time it's a combination of two. So the caveats to this. Number one, if you are at the end of your hair loss process, that means that you've had a significant amount of hair loss and you're really just looking down at the scalp, hair maintenance is not one of your options at all. That's because the hairs have gotten to a point where they're not recoverable and your only option is hair replacement. That means after your hair replacement procedure, you do not need to go through maintenance itself. Another case is if your hair loss is not related to testosterone. Sometimes we have hair loss is related to more global causes such as nutrition, metabolic issues. In that case, a hair replacement procedure may not work. And that's because in a global perspective, the hairs are affected and prone to hair loss. That means we cannot transfer hairs from the back inside the head to the top. We're really relying upon hair maintenance to improve the health of these hairs overall. Hopefully there you have it. That's how you choose between hair maintenance and hair replacement.